Oh, hey, welcome. Didn't see you come in. Take a seat on the couch and relax because this week on Charmed Persons, we have lots of fun stuff. Like, for instance, not Sunday.
Let's start the announcements with what we're not doing.
Not on Sunday, but on Monday, episode 3 of Talk With Me, a talk show about everything. Come join us.
We have a name for the episode. Do you want to say the name?
I don't know.
I chose one.
Reveal it.
It's the name of the episode is Beat the Heat.
Beat the Heat.
Beat the Heat's good. That's good. Okay. And then on Wednesday is the finale of the Ozma and the Silver Slippers, the D&D long shots in the world of Oz, DM'd by Emily, of course, of Charmed Persons. And next Sunday is D&D again, Campaign 3. Join us for all of those things. But
Tuesday is also the normal campaign 3 session.
Tuesday.
Oh, wow! You have 3 straight days of D&D next week. So if you're not joining in, then I don't know what to tell you, except for you're dead to me.
And you don't know truly how much he doesn't know what to tell you.
I have no idea what to tell you. So please stop asking me to tell you. Okay, but this is serious. Curse of Strahd. We're back in it.
A man died.
Last time on Curse of Strahd, the party, after a long day of adventuring that started with
3 months ago,
a interaction with Esmeralda, a Vistani monster hunter, who helped you fight off some attackers at a wizard's tower and helped you find a werewolf den that was destroyed and killed off by Rudolph Van Richten, legendary monster hunter. There was some tense moments between all of you, but Esmeralda and Van Richten fled, leaving you to your own devices yet again, where you made your way to the town of Kresk, the quiet edge of Barovia hamlet that is walled off and self-sufficient. There you found the abbey, and in it the abbot who was creating monstrosities and reviving people through necromancy, seemingly taken over, no longer a devotee of the Morning Lord, but now of something little more evil. There Gabe acquired the Sun Sword, a legendary artifact, and you made your way back to Kresk with the intent, I think, of going to sleep. But you found that the burgomaster and his wife had a child who had been recently revived by the abbot, and this child, it seems, was behaving strangely, attacking sheep and other livestock that were in the city to be raised and used as food. His mother, Ilya is the child, his mother Anna was took the blame for her son's malpractice, and a mob of people, angry now that they are sufficient that someone would dare take the food from the rest of the group, decided to deal with her in a pretty harsh way, but you convinced them to hold off until the next morning. You had some nice time hanging out in the burgomaster's mansion, so to speak. There, Richard, you've had a fortune from your compatriots, Arabelle, the young Vistani, who seemed as though she has foretold you becoming the ruler of Barovia, standing on the ramparts of Castle Ravenloft. Perhaps something to come, perhaps not. And meanwhile, the city gates were opened in the dead of night, and some Vistani came in bearing barrels of wine. This Vistani group was led by Aragal, who is the uncle to Arabelle and one of the leaders of the Vistani camp. You partook in some drinks with him, only to figure out that these wine barrels were poisoned. And in the midst of the chaos of the townsfolk, jubilant that they had now had wine after many months of it not being delivered from the nearby winery, were now poisoned, staggering, throwing up in the city. And it was there that Rahadin, the chamberlain to Castle Ravenloft and to Strahd himself, came through the gates with vampire spawn in tow, intent on slaying your group. Perhaps mad at your transgressions in the recent past, you had a choice to flee the city, but you found out that Irina was in fact taken by Rahadin, so you decided to stay and fight. There, you put up a good fights. You killed both Rahadin and Aragal. Richard putting an arrow through Aragal's face, and Rahadin being slain by, I believe, Gabe. Now, meanwhile, your compatriot Sal, the wizard and now part devil with his horns, used the opportunity with his spell book to cast a conjure devil spell that he has cast before in the basement of Fiona Bachter's house in Falaki. This spell conjured a powerful, great horned devil that really turned the tides of battle in your favor, but it didn't last that long because this devil was broken from its tether to Sal and summoned a second devil to its side. And as you were deciding whether to stay or flee, leaving the people of Kresk to be dined upon by these devils, your friend Sal sacrificed himself and stood in front of the devils, pleading for them to take him instead of the rest of the town. And we now start the session. Sal has been picked up by the devils and has been flown away, gone. No sight or sign of Sal. The people of Kresk are mostly taking barricade in their houses. You, Richard, and Gabe, and Petra, and now Irina, and of course Arabelle, stand alone, other than the body of Rahadin and Aragal and the smoldering ash of the vampire spawn that you killed. It is 1 a.m. perhaps. What do you do?
What about Piddlewick?
Piddlewick is still inside the Burgomaster mansion. And last you saw Piddlewick, it was a very, very sad moments when Sal left Piddlewick. And it was
The
heartbreaking.
hardest thing Sal has ever had to do. Harder than giving himself away to the devils was leaving Italy.
I would need to find him and take him with us.
Make a perception check.
God. 24.
Okay, you see Piddlewick is kind of standing nearby some trees right outside the mansion, peeking his little head around the tree.
Hey.
Piddlewick will wave his,
Oh no!
and his shoulders are slumped, and he's just like looking down on the ground, kicking a rock.
Hey. I know I'm not your favorite, but you know that I've always been a fan of yours and a really big supporter of you in general. So if you would like, I would really like it if you could come.
Scurries over to you and just like grabs your leg.
Oh. Okay, come on. Put him like up on my shoulders.
Oh, I'll hop up.
Piddlewick weighs like 10 pounds, maybe. It's just like, it feels like hollow wood, basically. And Piddlewick gets up on top of your
He
shoulders.
is leaking booze from his probably
Okay,
like
well, that's
chest
fine.
area.
That's fine.
The door to the burgomaster's mansion opens, and you see Dimitri, who is the burgomaster. He steps out into the streets, confused, and looks to you all seemingly thankful. As you're taking stock of what happened, more and more of the citizens begin to open their doors and step out. Clearly, a lot of them were poisoned by the wine. They are pale and sickly, but thankful. Thankful that you stayed to help them. And Dimitri comes over to you, Gabe, and looks to you and puts his hand on your shoulder, and he says, I cannot thank you enough. These people have come to our city even though it's locked down, and I thought for sure that we would be dead, and I just want to say you always have a place here.
Gabe, sorry, hold on. Gabe at the end of last session fell on his knees, and so he's down on his knees, and he looks up at Dimitri, and he just kind of nods his head, and that's it. Then he just stays there.
It is snowing now pretty hard, blustering midnight snow. You see Arabelle, Richard, is kind of kneeling over the body of her uncle Aragal, clearly distraught. Irina, also there, was riding on the back of Sir, but has kind of come into the town and is helping Sandrine and the guards of Kresk close the gates, keeping out any potential further intruders. The crowd is dispersing. They come up to each of you, Richard and Petra and Gabe, and they thank you and offer you a place to stay. Of course, Dimitri has opened his house to you. Irina comes over and she says, I have a lot to tell you, but perhaps we should find some rest.
Yes.
Is it true that you were going back to Strahd? That you decided to do that?
She nods. Yes. I was put in a tough situation. This man, she gestures over to Rahadin with clear disgust. And she says, I went to the winery. It's nearby. It is, I believe, a place of haven for us. But this man, he took me, and he told me that if I did not come, not only would he kill you, my friends, but he would kill my brother in Barovia. He would kill the only people that I know. I felt like I had no choice.
Can I roll an insight check?
Thumbs down.
Yeah, make an insight check.
Shut the fuck up, Italy.
He's also
Poisoned alcohol.
he's pulling on like Richard's hair to try to get him to like move Ratatouille style.
You can just suggest it. You don't have to
Total of 17.
She is telling the truth. She seems kind of ashamed of it in some ways, but it seems as though she thinks that she had no choice, and especially now that she was trying to go to save you, and seems like that didn't matter. They were trying to kill you anyway.
Yeah.
That the shame is slightly compounded.
Just kind of nod my head, and then start walking to the Burgomaster's house.
I'm close behind. Hey, get back here. Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
You alright?
I'm fine.
You
Are you?
Fiddlewick?
He's great. He's always great.
I'm not good. No. I'm physically fine, but I mean, couldn't do anything. He's gone.
No.
Just like all we ever do is fail.
We all need sleep very badly. Except for Biddlewick.
Arabelle. We need to make sure that she's alright.
Biddlewick will scurry down and go.
Yeah, I was like, get off, Biddlewick off my... And I'll head over to where Arabelle is.
I think the kid just
Arabelle.
continues walking and goes to the burgomaster's.
Arabelle is kind of crouched down next to her uncle. Piddlewick, you get there first, and she looks to you through kind of bleary, tear-filled eyes.
Biddlewick's chest will kind of like open up, and like a spring will come out with a flower, and hand her a flower.
She goes, "Oh, you're so weird, but I'm so glad that you've given me this." And she hands it. Oh, it smells like oil and wine, but it's fine, thank you. Richard, you walk over to see this.
I think we're all going to be resting at the burgomaster's house.
She looks around. Okay. She looks right to you, Richard. She says, "You killed my uncle. Was he a bad man?"
Can't say that he was a bad man, but he was harming... Well, he was harming everyone else. He did poison everyone else. And I don't know exactly what he was going to do.
She nods. Make a persuasion check, Richard.
I get to this. Nice. Ooh! Okay, yeah, that's a 28.
Dang. She seems comforted by that, by the fact that you mentioned that he poisoned people. She's obviously still going through it, and she stands up and she says, "I'm just going to, I just need a little bit of alone time. I'm just gonna go to the burgomaster's and maybe find some place away. That's not like I don't want to talk to you, but just..."
No, I understand. Please.
All right.
We'll talk when you're ready.
All right. She scurries off by herself, following Gabe.
I'll scurry back up, Richard. You ever have like a cat like try to like jump on you and like sink its claws and do that? I'd like do it leap into Richard's back
Ah!
and then claw my way up.
Gabe, as you enter the burgomaster's house, you see Demetrius is sitting there with his son, Ilya, 13-year-old teen who seems normal. The kid clearly a little bit scared of the events, but Dimitri says, "You can please sleep. We have a guest area that has, I don't have more than just some cots, but they're pretty comfortable. If you need anything at all, please tell me. I will do anything for you. Ilya and I both."
I look over my shoulder. Can I talk to you privately?
He nods, and he says to Ilya, "Son, please, can you get some sleep? It's been a long day." Ilya nods, doesn't say anything, heads upstairs, leaving you two alone.
The name of the man, Chapel. What was his name? Not the abbot, old man.
He looks through his notes.
Gotta keep some notes.
His name was, well, we just called him Old Man Pora.
I killed him. He was sad, and he wanted me to do it, and I did it. My friends don't want me to tell you that I did it, but I did. Tired of hiding things. Tired of second guessing. Tired of trying to be anything other than who I am. I killed that old man because I thought it was the right thing to do. And I protected this town for those same reasons. Come the morrow, do with that what you will.
He looks taken aback, but nods and says, I don't understand, but there's nothing in this world that is easy to understand. And your actions here tell me that whatever reason you thought to kill him, I can't put blame on you for that.
I put my hand on his shoulder. Whatever is left of your son, cherish it. This world is too unforgiving not to soak every ounce out of every moment you can. Be careful. That man, that abbot, created nothing. Pain.
I love my son very much, and when he died, I would have done anything to bring him back. Anything in the world. And that includes taking him to that abbot's. I knew it was a risk, of course, and my dear wife, Anna, she is still imprisoned as we speak. Her sentence tomorrow. My whole life is thrown upside down. I don't even know if I deserve to be the burgomaster anymore. But the one thing I do have is now my son. I know he's different, but he's still my son, and your words to me I will think and cherish. Thank you.
You simply wondering if you deserve the burgomaster position lets me know that you are fit. This is difficult. Everything in the wretched place is. But what I will say, for one's conscience sometimes voiced through others, did you bring your son back for the sake of you or for the sake of your son? He is living a life now forced upon him, one that causes him fear, confusion. Maybe that life is worth living. I'm not one to judge, not one to decide that. Maybe the life of your wife is worth whatever life your son has now. But realize that that is the decision you are making. That whatever you have created and forced your son into is worth whatever happens to you. I'm not saying that it's not. But just know that that is what you are saying.
He looks away from you, thinking, and he nods. He slightly emotional says, "I will think on this. Thank you. I must go to sleep."
Thank you for your home. You are safe while we are here.
He gets up, leaves. Richard and Piddlewick, are you heading back to the burgomaster's place?
I would have found someone to just ask them if they could make sure that Arabelle's uncle's body gets at least taken care of, buried somewhere.
Gotcha. Sandrine will come over.
Great.
And he says, "I was a little bit worried when you all came in here into the city. We don't allow people in here, and things have been weird since you've come, of course, but I can't deny that you have done this city a great service, so thank you."
Yeah. All it cost us was a friend.
Sorry to hear that. Who's this little guy? He looks over and pats Piddlewick on the head.
This is Piddlewick. Don't touch him like that. It's very condescending.
Sorry,
he's incredible.
He's alive.
Yes.
Excuse me. That's
A technological genius, really. He has so many surprises all of the time.
This is great for the audio listeners.
A dart will like appear in his mouth. He was not going to shoot it, but he's going to like, stare at the guy.
Keeps you on your toes.
Well, just so you know, tomorrow morning we are having the trial of Anna, although that seems to be the least thing on probably a lot of people's minds, but you do have some say in that if you would like to stay, but of course are not obliged to.
I think right now we all just need to rest.
Yes. All right, have a good night. He backs away, staring at Piddlewick.
Oh, kick it in the high gear. Kick Richard in the high gear to the...
Okay, you do know that you're not sleeping in the same bed as me tonight, right? Because I need alone time. Okay, thank you. Up top.
I'm gonna...
Oh, nice. What a beautiful relationship this is turning out to be. You, Sandrine takes care of Arabelle's body and also pulling Rahadin away. And you make it your way back to the burgomaster's house. Irina is there. Gabe, you see Arabelle come in as well and doesn't say anything to you and just goes straight upstairs. You have no idea if she's ever been up there or anything, but she just walks straight upstairs. And Irina looks to you, Gabe, and she says, I do have a lot to say, but in the morning, perhaps?
In the morning, of course. It's good to see you again.
It's so good to see you. I have been on the road for so long, and when I was on the back of that wagon, thinking that I was soon to be at the castle, then I saw you, and I saw what you and your party was doing. Well, it's not a lot of times here in Barovia that you have hope, and I've had a lot of that around you.
Good. Glad. Perhaps you should just stick with us.
She nods. She heads over and finds a cot in the corner of the guest living room and falls asleep as Richard and Piddlewick and Petra come into the burgomaster's house.
Hello, you.
Hello. E-dubs, how you doing?
Hey,
Learn
amazing.
quick.
Get a Piddlewick down off my shoulders and onto
He'll give you guys a nod, like I'll give you guys some space, and
Thank
then walk away. He'll take Petra's hand and lead Petra away.
As Petra walks away, I'll say, we'll continue our conversation tomorrow. Sure, she nods.
Yes, she nods and she goes, "Oh, I'm so tired." And yawns.
Wow. Oh my god, it's like Sophie's here. Wow.
And falls asleep immediately.
Yeah. I think that Gabe just like sits down in the chair in the main room.
I go and sit. I will like get on his lap and like wrap my arms around his neck. Okay.
Piddlewick is like peeking around the corner.
What are we supposed to do now?
I don't know. All I can think is that what we need to do is sleep. And then anything after that is a decision for later.
We're supposed to sleep, do you realize?
Hey. We did the best that we could. I hate that this was the best, and I hate that Sal is... I don't know, part of me still wants to believe that he can find a way out of this.
Can still be on our side. All I know is, despite everything that has happened to me, despite killing that man, despite fighting that demon with the voices, despite the werewolves, the vampires, the creatures, the mutants, the abbot, despite all of it, I'm bent. Because you're here.
Well, I really think we need to get to sleep then, because you just sound absolutely out of it. I don't know what's going on.
You're right, there must be something wrong with me.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely gets. I guess.
You did really amazing things today.
Why don't you tell me more about it? I find a place that is not in that room with everybody else, even if
Yeah.
it's the fucking kitchen floor, to go to sleep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. We can both sleep in my bedroll.
Perfect.
All right. You take your one bedroll out to the kitchen floor, and Piddlewick, where are you doing?
Right in between them. All three of us can fit in that one bedroll.
At one point, I like to imagine in the movie version of this, we're just like kind of like lying, like flirting, talking to each other, and then I go like, oh, Teddy. And you're like, Teddy's like, that's not me. And like, Piddlewick's just like,
You look under the cover, and I'm just
The grudge, like the one, like the ghost from the grudge.
exactly.
Perfect.
oh, that's so funny.
As you all three snuggle together in one bedroll, congratulations, you have completed a long rest.
Yeah! Can we get a round of applause for the long rest, please?
Campaign over. We did it. We beat the big bad.
We did it, Joe.
Wow, this feels better than whatever we're gonna do to Strahd. This is great.
I don't know.
Wow.
I think that's a good button for the episode. I think we.
And
Yeah,
level
good short
8,
session,
right?
everybody.
Level 8?
No.
If I roll
It's
a
only
nat
been one
20,
day.
if I roll a nat 20 in the roll 20 chat, will you let us be level 8?
Oh no.
Don't do
You
it.
know
man.
what?
I don't want to pressure you. Wow.
One,
okay.
one roll.
Oh, dang it.
Okay. Because you rolled a 10, you're now level 4.
No! I didn't sign anything.
Just kidding. You
Wow. Finally.
you have a nice rest. All of your dreams are vivid. They are recounts of your past here in Barovia. You see the abbot's face, Gabe, staring at you, giving you your ultimatum, trying to lead you. And you feel yourself trying to run towards him, run away from him, but your feet are stuck in mud. You can't run. It is an anxiety-filled night. Teddy, you have a dream of yourself ruling Barovia. You see yourself walking through the village of Barovia, people scared of you. Some people bowing to you, others locking their door in your presence. But you know that in this dream, you own these people. Piddlewick, you don't dream.
Ah, damn! I don't.
I was
You don't
excited.
I just lay in between you guys with my eyes just wide open.
Yes.
One of you wakes up, so just piddle away.
Yeah. You have a nightmare of a woodpecker flying towards you.
Eric, in the Ozma and the Silver Slippers long shot, I play a statue, and I said when I go to sleep, I just lay there and I'm smiling.
Oh God, that's terrifying.
I like to think that's what Piddlewick's doing. Just
Yeah. Oh, he can't. I don't know if he can smile. Can he smile?
good point.
No.
Okay.
So just mouth slightly agape.
After a full 8 hours, all three of you are awoken to the
Oh,
sounds of frying bacon, and you see Arabelle is in the kitchen cooking up some food.
Standing over.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in the kitchen. That's right.
And she says, "Wake up, sleepyheads! It's time for breakfast."
yeah.
Oh, I feel so sore. Oh.
Well, yeah.
Piddlewick scrambles and grabs a plate. It's by Arabelle.
She says, "I'll give you some after the people who can actually eat get some, okay?"
He'll hold up his plate higher.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay, cool. What's his charisma? Charisma's a 10.
Chris, with just a straight roll.
That's a 2.
She says, "All right, my patience is running thin with you, so please."
He'll drop the plate and walk away.
Shatters shards of plates like
Oh,
hit
ow,
Gabe.
too loud.
Darling, can you check on the children?
Yeah. And I stand up. And I just kind of like gently put a hand on Arabelle's back. How did you sleep? Are you alright this morning?
I slept pretty good. I just needed some time, and you can't sulk forever, so here I am in the morning. I'm raring and ready to go.
That stony stoicism.
Yes.
And then I walk out after Piddlewick. Piddlewick! How are you? Are you alright? Yes, Papa.
Just shrugs his shoulders.
Did you call him Papa? I assumed you called him Papa.
No.
Should we refer to him as
Shakes his head
Papa?
no.
Okay. And I bend down and I say, you know, if there was any chance in this world that we can get Sal back, we'll do it.
Piddlewick gives you a little peck on the cheek. And
Well,
probably a splinter.
I was literally just about to say, while smiling, I pull the splinter out and I just pat him on the head. And then I come back in the kitchen and just kick Teddy's boot. Come on, breakfast.
Hmm.
Grab a plate.
I'm still like in the bedroll. I don't really want. Remember when you were sleeping under me? That was very nice.
I grab the plate from Arabelle and then just climb back into the bedroll, and we share a plate of breakfast.
This is
in the
great.
bedroll.
This is amazing.
Irina, I'm gonna here. Let me so you remember what good old Arena looks like.
Fiddlewick is standing, like, looking at you like a dog waiting for food while you guys eat, just standing there watching.
So just to be clear, Irina walks into the kitchen. She sees a puppet staring at two grown men in the same bedroll eating breakfast on the floor, and a little girl making breakfast.
Yes.
Cool.
She goes, "Oh, am I intruding on something here?"
Oh, sorry.
There's probably room if you want to climb in.
There really is barely enough room for the both of us.
Barely enough room for my abs.
I have such big abs.
Okay. We're very tired this... We're...
Do you realize how long of a day was yesterday?
Yesterday was really long. He's so pretty. Please don't be mean to him.
I'm very pretty. And I laugh.
My abs are huge.
I appreciate the offer, but I will decline getting in the bedroll with you two. You seemed comfortable though, and I was just
Nah, it's fine. I get out. It's fine. It's fine. I'm
I
up.
get up and I do go over to Irina and I say, you need to know, you deserve to know that shield that you crafted for me saved my life many a time over. So thank you.
I'm happy to hear. I'm really glad you got a use of it.
To be honest, it was one of the best made shields I've ever had. I don't know what you've done before your life was turned upside down, but if crafting things is a passion of yours, I would definitely encourage you to.
Wow. Thank you. I was kind of just mostly bored before. I didn't have anything else to do, but I feel like I have some talent in it, so I appreciate the encouragement. She grabs food and sits at the table in the living room. Arabelle is done cooking, and she goes over to the table too and starts eating. And you hear Arabelle say to Irina, "So you've
the rest of my plate."
And he just like shoves his face into it.
Just food like falling out of your like ass.
Damn.
It's like going straight through you at the bottom.
And he eats the plate when he's done.
I mean, yeah,
No,
great.
No, no, stop it.
Drop it.
Leave it, Piddlewick.
Let's see. Here's Arabelle too. Arabelle, you hear Arabelle say to Irina, "So, Irina, you were captured by my uncle?" And Irina says, it's complicated, Arabelle. I don't know. I was with him for a while, and I don't think he planned to give me up until that man came. I think he just saw an opportunity, to be honest. I don't know.
So, just to clarify for Zach, we left Irina with the Vistani, and then she went with Aragol.
Yes, you left at the Vistani camp outside of Valaki. You left Irina with Arabelle and Aragol, and they were planning on going to Kresk.
Yeah.
And then when you got to Kresk, it was just Arabelle, and Arabelle told you that her uncle and Irina had made their way to the winery.
So I say kind of to the group, but also to Irina, the winery was on our to-do list. Does that mean, have you crossed that off? Is the winery safe now? What did you do there?
Well, when we got there, it was besieged by forest folk and like blights, wood creatures that come from the forest. I believe that they were in league with the devil. They were clearly there with Rahadin, you say?
Rahadin, what's his name? The man with the voice.
Yes. But I saw the writing on the wall, and I don't want to be just captured and taken from place to place, so I escaped briefly, and I found this, and she holds up a little whistle that she has around her neck, and she says, "It belongs to the family that owns the winery. I met them briefly. The the Martikoffs. They're related to the owners of the Blue Water Inn.
And
Well, it's kind of crazy. Here, can I show you?
sure.
And she blows on the whistle, this kind of high-pierced squeak. Only Piddlewick can hear it.
My hands over my ears.
And she
With
says,
no ears.
Yep.
Yeah, just little tiny dimples in your side of your head. Irina says, I believe that Rahadin and his vampires, they want something with the winery, or there's something happening there, or something nearby at least. I overheard him say that the devil has planned to go there in the next few days for
Really?
some sort of ritual or something. I don't know, but I know it's big.
Well, we obviously have to stop that, I say to the group.
I mean, in theory.
Also, if we know where he's going, we could set up an ambush.
It is a good idea. I just feel a little discouraged based on the last few times we encountered him.
So do I. But if this ritual could in any way make him more powerful, or summon something more powerful to his stead, then it's within our best interest to try and stop it. Maybe if creating an ambush for Strahd is too much, going there to destroy or stop whatever he would be going there for, and so that he doesn't even go, would also be an option.
I agree.
You see out the window, a single raven is kind of perched at the window and is kind of pecking at the window, the open window.
Piddlewick will try to shoo it away.
Piddlewick walks over, tries to shoo it, and the raven looks determined, and Irina stands up and opens the window, and the raven flies in, gives you a little look, Piddlewick. What the fuck? Who are you?
Can you give me what a raven look would look like, so I can imagine it?
Wow. Damn, that's on fire with impressions today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Linguini
Petra's
was a
fast
crow,
asleep.
right?
No, eagle.
Oh,
A hawk.
Linguini was a hawk.
Oh.
Hawk.
Eagle, hawk, same thing, right?
Oh, come on. No, they're not.
The
So canceled.
That's what gets us.
The bird watching community is going to hate this.
The comments, I could see him rolling in.
I'm a proud American, the bald hawk. The raven kind of sits on the table and kind of bounces around, and then dances a little bit, and then flutters over to the floor nearby, and you see it transform in front of your eyes. The black wings kind of fall away, and it's disgusting looking as its body kind of convulses and bulges and forms briefly this amorphous blob before it kind of congeals into the sight of a middle-aged man who has no clothes on. And he looks to you and he says, I'm so sorry. Does anyone have a towel? Or I usually keep some clothes around, but I've never been in here before.
Piddlewick has a grenade in his...
Whoa, okay. Whoa,
I
okay.
take the tablecloth off the table. And
Thank you.
He puts it away around his body, and Arabelle goes, I do not want to see this old man being naked. She's going away.
That was one of the most disturbing introductions to a human I've ever encountered in my entire life.
I still think I might be asleep. Who are you?
Irina says, it's Adrian. And the man goes, my name is Adrian Martikov. Oh, Irina. And he gives Irina a big hug like they know each other. And he says, Irina, your spores, they worked. The winery is clear for now, at least. I can't thank you enough. And Irina nods, and she says, is everyone okay? Have you stayed away from the spores? It's dangerous. And he says, yes. My father Davian and my brother are moving the bodies down to the cellar. We've moved in. It's dangerous still, but it's much better than having to stay out near the woods as you watch as your home is besieged by forest folk. He looks to all of you. Of course, it's very nice to meet you. I have met you before a few times, but not in this form, of course.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you're the.
Bedwick doesn't say that.
You know that bird that we keep. You were at Strahd's castle, weren't you?
Yes, I helped. Me and my brother and my father. We helped a few of you jump out of the window.
Yes.
That was you.
It was.
You watched
difficult.
me get married.
Yes. Congratulations.
Thanks.
How
It was
was
a
that?
mistake. It was a mistake. I didn't think
Yeah, right. Sure, we can talk about it later.
he was.
I know.
Bedwick
Don't know
does
why
what
he
Sal
went for you and not me.
taught him and goes to shake his
I don't know why either. I tried suggesting it actually.
Adrian looks to you, Piddlewick, and he says, I don't think I'm going to take that hand. I'm sorry.
Shake his hand.
He looks to you, Teddy.
You should shake his hand.
Irina says, Adrian, you should shake his hand. He goes, all right, I'll shake your hand. And
He's very polite.
He shakes your hand.
He loves meeting people and getting new experiences. He's endlessly fascinated by everything. He's incredible. Piddlewick.
Bedwick
Oh.
is trying to look under the tablecloth at the old man. Just trying
Get
to-
away.
He's curious.
All right.
Boundaries.
Boundaries. Okay, I would love some food. I smell bacon. He struts over with BDE and he
All right, thanks for tuning in, everybody. This was a really fun session. Everyone
just-
say bye.
he just helps himself to some bacon.
So, the whistle? I looked at Irina.
She says, yeah, they Adrian gave this to me. It's
I mean, that's how he found us.
yeah, I believe so.
So, Adrian,
Yeah, this is pretty good. Who made this?
the little girl. So, can you
Alright.
just kind of start from the beginning and tell me your whole deal?
Oh, my whole deal. Okay, yes, I am a were-raven.
Figured.
Yes, pretty cool to be a were-raven, of course. I gotta admit, their whole being naked thing when you transform is a downfall for sure, but at this point, get used to it, right?
Yeah,
Get used
much
to
cooler than being something like a wereboar.
it. I could not even imagine being
No, I couldn't either. That'd be really embarrassing.
Doesn't
and
sound
to
that
not
bad.
be able to fly.
can fly.
Wow, we should fly together. in
Oh, and
the
I
sky
kept, well,
someday.
and actually, I kind of look at Teddy and because you didn't see that, and so I looked at Teddy and I say, oh, by the way, I can fly again.
Well, I saw you hovering in midair with the whole
No, that I think.
with the abbot.
No, I was on the ground by that point, and my wings had gone away.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, how do
Let's
you
be-
feel about that? How do you feel about it?
Oh, way too big of a question. You were saying, Adrian?
Okay.
I am the oldest son of the Mardukov patriarch, Davian, my father. We own the Wizard of Wine's winery. It is the premier winery in this region. I believe you know my younger brother, Erwin, and his family.
Yes.
Very nice family.
Thank you. There at the winery, we have my other brother, Elvir, and my sister, Stefania, and Stefania's husband and 4 children. We live there at the winery, but it has been it's been rough recently at the winery. A very important item was stolen from us a few years ago. It, he's like looking around, and so he looks to Arena, and Arena kind of nods, and he says, "This is in confidence, so we don't say this to anybody, but the winery is populated by magic. But that does not say that there's not a lot of hard work that goes into cultivating the grapes and creating the wine itself, but the vineyard, because nothing grows here of any substantial notes, the vineyard is populated by magic gems that were buried under the ground. We have 3 varietals of wine, 3 magic gems, but, well, one of the gems was stolen from us a long time ago. I do not know where that is. It is our greatest varietal, but we have been without that for a few years. But just somewhat recently, we were attacked and besieged in the last few months by a hag, a devilish woman who herself stole one of our gems and took it with her back to her home in Beres. Wait, let me show you. Let me take you to this map. The good old map of Barovia. So you can see on this map that you are up here in Kresk, near Kresk, and he points to you that the winery is here, pretty close by. He tells you that this hag, doesn't explain anymore, but the hag has taken up residence in a place called Beres, which he points to and tells you is right here. He says she's a devilish creature. She took one of our gems, but we can live with just one gem. Of course, that one gem is making purple grape mash number 3, some of our least tasting wine. But
I actually prefer grape.
Well, all of the wine is made from grapes.
Well, specific, you know what I mean.
Yes, of course, no problem. But 4 or 5 days ago, some creatures from the nearby forest folk, men with antlers and small creatures made out of bark and wood and twigs, they descended upon our winery. We fended them off for a while, but I believe that they were summoned here for some purpose, and I believe that purpose was to take our final gem. And after some talk amongst the family, we decided to leave the winery, to let them have it, for the sake of our family. We have a few small children with us, my sister's kids, and we set out into the nearby wilderness, and we just watched day after day as these creatures and these forest folk descended upon our winery, and they stole the gem and they took it. But it was just a few days ago when the Vistani and Arena here rode into town, and Arena says, "That's I managed to escape Rahadan for just a few hours, and that's when I found Adrian and the family, and that's when Adrian gave me the whistle, and I gave Adrian some herbs that I had." Adrian steps in. Yes, Arena, you are a beautiful woman, and you and your herbs have helped us tremendously. We have retaken the winery. Some sort of fungus spore, Arena says, rots wood. It's pretty dangerous, but it's the spores attack wood and cause them to mold.
It's okay.
And
Little is like shaking in fear.
It's okay. It's okay.
Adrian says, this mold spread amongst these creatures, and we were able, with the help of my father and brother, we were able to take out the rest of them, and so far they have not come back. And last night was the first night that we were able to stay in the winery in a while. But the last of our gyms have been taken by these forest folk. Now, I don't want to impose myself, but if...
Which one is closest?
I believe that they took the final gym to a place nearby to the winery. My father would have better knowledge of it. If perhaps you would like to follow me back to the winery, we have a place for you to stay. It is, of course, we do have some wine, although most of it was poisoned, unfortunately. But perhaps I could give you some as thanks, and if you help us bring back this gym and restore the winery, it would mean a great deal to not just our family, but everyone here in Barovia.
I mean, yes? I'm not normally a decision maker, sorry.
No, yes, I mean, it's what we should do.
Huh. Wow. Excellent. Okay. Now, I assume you're the only person that can fly? Look to you, Gabe.
Yes, and not very long.
Ooh, sorry to hear that. Well, I guess we're gonna have to walk.
We have horses. Or,
Oh.
well, we can
All
get
right.
horses.
We have them.
Okay, yes.
Okay, excellent. This is good news indeed. Arabelle.
Do you have enough? Do you need to like stock up on things like clothes?
No, I have plenty of clothes back at the winery. My plan was to just turn back into a raven and fly there, and then...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll meet you there. We can meet you.
We can meet you there.
Oh, well, thank you. It is sometimes it is beneath me to simply walk.
Right.
Great.
Okay, well, pleasure to meet you, Adrian, and we will see you there.
Excellent. I will warn my father Davian and the rest of our family that you are coming. You are a blessing to us all.
Thank you. Thank you.
He throws the tablecloth off his body.
Okay, a
Alright.
warning, please. There's an actual child.
Child here.
And turns into a raven.
Pitaway panics and tries to like get the raven.
No, Pitaway, stop.
Make a acrobatics check.
Oh God.
God, I want to roll high. What? Like what's? Oh, Dex is +2, 9.
Oh no.
I rolled a 1 for the raven. You grab the raven by its wings, and it's like flapping and trying to get out, and like
That's like a person. It's a person. No, no, no.
Arena says, "No, Piddlewick, please stop. That is a person." It's
consent.
He'll just hand it back.
the raven flies right outside the window, and then you see outside. It turns back into Adrian, naked outside. He sticks his head out in the window. And he says, "Hey, not cool."
It was not cool.
It wasn't cool.
I can't.
Adrian,
I
that
can't.
was not cool.
I can't defend that.
He looks around, makes sure no one's watching him, and turns into a raven and flies away.
This is I don't know what's happening to me anymore.
I mean, I know. Is that something that you feel like you really need to have a very long discussion?
I do,
about a
but
lot
I
of
also
things?
just mean this in the world that we are in, and
I know. Hey, I know.
yeah, we should. I want to see Anna's trial.
You
I
too?
believe.
Okay.
At least, I mean, if I'm the only one, then we should leave. I at least want to. Maybe I can find out. Maybe we should just. That is a.
What's going to make... No, because I don't want you to keep running from things and then being upset, and then we're in a vicious cycle of you being very attractive but also very broody, and that makes me sad. So, would you like to go to the trial? Don't worry about what we think or what you think is the most convenient. What do you want? Is it to go to the trial?
Fake watch on his hand.
Stop it. What do you want? What do you want to do?
Want to kill him.
Me?
So I want to go to the winery. Go to the winery. I want to get out of here.
Okay. Let's get out of here.
Petra, is that alright with you?
Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
You sound so chipper.
Yes, it felt good to finally sleep.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about Sal. I'm really sad about that.
I can tell.
You'll,
Oh, it does this when he's sad. He pretends he's crying because he
I
can't.
know. I know, bud.
I'll do anything you guys do.
get out of this.
Let's pack up and...
Out of this town.
Yeah.
Arabelle says, "Oh, we're going to the winery. Great, another adult place that I can't fully partake in. How fun."
Arabelle, I just kind of looked through Teddy. What are we...
Would it be safe if you... Would it be best if you maybe, just for right now, and then we can meet up later, if you waited here with the burgomaster?
And a Piddlewick.
Piddlewick walks
and-
over, grabs Arabelle's hand, and brings her over to the group.
Yes, we all love Arabelle, Biddlewick. It's because we love her that we think that she should probably stay here.
Piddlewick, do you want Arabelle to get hurt?
No. He shakes his head.
So then...
It's so boring here. These people suck.
What if we gave you a task?
Like
A mission?
What?
Oh, I think this is a great idea.
Well, we need to know everything that there is to know about the devil having a weakness. So, maybe do some research if he's trying to find other things. I nudge Gabe.
I can tell on me. And I look at Arabelle and I say, Arabelle, I have a very important mission for you.
Okay.
Up at the Abbey, there is a very scary two-headed man. Now, this two-headed man does everything that I tell him to. So, how about you run the Abbey while I'm gone?
I just put like one hand like on Gabe's shoulder and like squeeze.
Yeah, my eye twitches.
Make a persuasion check.
I mean, she is incredibly competent.
Dang it.
Abby's
roll.
going to be much different when we come back.
7 plus 5, 12.
She says, "You want me to run the Abbey?"
No, what I mean by that is I'm afraid of what's going to happen there while I'm gone, and if he knows that you have my authority, then he'll listen to you, and you can make sure that they don't do anything bad and don't hurt anybody. I don't want them to hurt anybody. We're gone.
But the problem with that is that I don't care if they hurt anybody.
Okay, I understand that's a very logical point.
Think of it as a training session for when you inevitably take public office later on in life.
Public office. I'm always going to be the seer, the seer of the future. I'm going to be Madame Eva. I don't need to be a burgomaster too.
Okay, well, how about this? They're all a bunch of mutated creations of different things mashed together and put together by science and magic that's dark and crazy and chaotic.
That's my main problem with it.
Oh, I thought you would appreciate
I
it.
thought you would like that, yeah.
Just because she
Fine.
sees the future doesn't mean she's into weird monsters.
Fine. I can tell that you don't want me to go. I will go to the Abbey and I don't know, ring the bell or something.
I don't know, maybe she should
she's
just come with us.
I don't think that's a smart idea.
First, my dad, now my best friend are leaving.
All right, just a small girl walking up to the creepy place with the
No,
monsters.
this is a horrible idea. What am I doing?
I
Get
think
my knapsack.
I think the burgomaster's place is no, because he has the creepy son.
Well, how about you? Yes, the creepy son. How about
Oh.
you make sure the creepy son doesn't hurt anybody? You
She's
don't
not a
care if
sheep.
anyone
I think
gets
he's
hurt.
safe.
Arabelle, how about this? Do whatever the fuck you want to do, alright? Because you're going to anyway, alright? I'm tired of this. I'm not a babysitter. We need to leave and go to the winery. I storm out.
Okay.
Wow, that was
Intense.
intense. Yeah, what's his deal?
I don't know. Well, I do know. He's going through a lot right now.
All right. All right, when do we leave to go to the winery? Now?
You're not going with us to the winery.
Fine. She goes over, sits at the table. I'll talk to the creepy kid and hope he doesn't eat the sheep or something. Bye.
We'll miss you very much.
Fiddlewick goes and hugs Arabelle.
She shouts you back. Thank you.
Want me to bring you back something?
Yes, I would like you to bring me back a... Well, I was going to say my uncle alive, but that's kind of a sore subject.
Well, he tried to kill all of my friends. So
Yes. Correct. All right. Are you going to at least give me a hug when you leave?
yes, of course.
All right. She gives you a hug. Irina? She goes, of course, Arabelle. She goes over to hugs Arabelle. And she says, all right.
I
That's
go
it.
run after Gabe and try to, if I can find him.
Yeah, I'm going after Gabe as
bring
well.
him back to the burgomaster's house. You're muted.
What, Piddlewick? What?
I'm just trying to drag you back to the burgomaster's house, Lassie style,
That's just like I've been the most half-hearted I possibly could.
and I'll mimic like hugging myself and pointing at Arabelle.
Are you saying?
No, he's
I'll go up
coming
and
with
hug
us.
Arabelle,
No,
and then
Arabelle.
I'll point to both of you.
Oh, yes, Arabelle.
Arabelle, I'm sorry that I yelled at you. My life is miserable.
I'm okay.
Except for one very important aspect.
That's all I needed.
Okay.
Genuinely, I got too angry. I just want you to want what we want, because what we want is just for you to be happy.
Okay, well, you're doing a bad job of providing that, but that's, I guess, not for me to decide. I will be here, and no problem. I'll stay here at the Burgomaster, and I'll just be a Kreskite or whatever they're called, and maybe I'll grow up and I'll get married and have children here, and I'll live a happy life.
We'll
We'll be
in
back.
like a day.
We'll see.
Will you hug me?
You hug me.
Okay.
Good job. Good job. All right.
Right.
I'm going to cook some more bacon for myself.
Good.
Good for you.
She goes back inside.
Also, tell Dimitri we said bye and that you're staying here.
All right. Last night I slept in his bed and
What?
I forced him to sleep on the ground.
Oh, good.
Okay.
That wasn't weird. Don't worry. Jeez. It wasn't like whatever happened with you two.
Okay.
We're two adults.
Arabelle, if
All right.
anyone tries to hurt you, stab them. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. No
Cool.
problem.
Good. I give her a fist bump.
She fist bumps you.
Can we please leave?
Yes.
This town is cursed. Have
Yep.
fun, Arabelle.
Sir sidles up to you, confirming cursed nature of this place.
Yeah.
Bone horse.
Horse.
Well, we only have.
Climb up on Richard.
Yeah, there we go. Irina, do you want to just.
Horse, Richard, me.
Irina, do you want to ride with me? Suppose? Oh, actually, Petra and you should ride on the same horse. That would make them both.
Mhm.
Yep.
Alright.
She nods. Petra and Arena get on the horse, and you have 2 horses.
Oh.
I will ride the other horse.
Yes. And
So wait.
You have a secret horse or something?
Oh, I thought Matt was saying that there were 2 other horses. Okay.
You do have
2
you have
with
Sir and 1 other horse.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I misheard.
But I can't remember the name.
Are there people walking around?
Couple, but it's still
I kind of loudly say, oh no, if only we had the use of another horse.
If only the heroes of the town.
If only those of us who saved the town last night had the use of a single horse for but a day. Oh!
Make a persuasion check at advantage.
One was a natural 1, but 18 plus 5, 23.
Ooh, hey, that's good.
Thank you.
You see one woman come up and she goes, "Oh, thank you so much for what you did. Here, take my horse for free."
Oh, you heard that? Oh, no, please. I wouldn't want to impose.
No, take my horse.
I reach out and I grab the reins. We will honor your sacrifice. And then when she walks away, I look to Teddy and I give him a wink. I say, "Still got it." And I toss him the reins.
It's hot. I'm into this.
And I get on Sir. And I gallop off.
All right.
You're lucky you're an oath breaker, Paladin. 'Cause, man, that might have broken your oath right there. Windling somebody out of a horse.
I'm gonna bring him back.
Maybe horses do not last long.
Okay, as you...
That's gonna do anything he can to kill this fucking horse.
Yes, it is. And so is Piddlewick.
Yeah, the horse immediately breaks its ankle.
Yeah, you know
Put down.
Strahd, the really grimdark fantasy campaign.
Yeah.
Okay, as you leave the town, it is blustery, cold, the winter morning, sprinkled dusting of snow. Like, it's one of those mornings where the wind hits you and freezes you, chills you to the bone. It is not pleasant to be outside. I think probably a lot of you have like furs or like cold weather clothes. If not, you could have grabbed some from the burgomaster, so you're wrapped up tight. But you make your way down the path, out of the gates. Sandrine is there, who doesn't question that you're leaving and just nods and lets you through. As you go down the old Sphalic road, the road that kind of winds its way through the forest, it is this western side of Barovia is much more forested than the eastern side. A little bit more flat. There is, for a while, you're riding alongside a river that you know eventually dumps its way into Lake Baratok, which is the lake surrounding the Wizard's Tower which was the last place that you had a night's sleep. You eventually make your way to an old rickety bridge that overlooks the water. It probably has been here for thousands and thousands of years. Cobblestone that has been chipped and cracked, but still providing ample passage across. You come to your first intersection. The sign pointing east says Falaki, and the sign pointing southwest says the Wizard of Wines Winery. You take that southwest road, making your way down. Eventually, like after probably 4 or 5 hours of travel down the road, down this path, the road becomes just a simple muddy trail, no longer paved. It is, your horses are galloping and spewing mud everywhere. It is not a road that is meant to be traveled, even though you see that clearly many wagons have traveled down this road, probably filled with barrels of wine in years past, but for now it is slightly disgusting, muddy, treacherous, now snowy. You eventually come to another intersection. The trees of the forest spread apart, revealing like a mist-shrouded valley that turns its way into an open meadow. The wooden signpost you see points towards that meadow and says vineyard, but there is a path that continues further south that is not the direction of the vineyard. I assume you take the road towards the vineyard.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As you continue down this path, suddenly some fences begin to spring up, unpainted wood chipping, untended to fences that like lightly mark the way past into this meadow. You can see fog is almost trapped here amongst the open of the trees, swirling. It feels like it's trying to get out and escape, but is stuck here. The visibility is not that great, but eventually, after maybe another hour or so of travel, it is now probably 3 or 4 p.m. or so. You can see the winery comes into view. It is old, 2-story stone building. There is multiple entrances. There's thick ivy covering every single wall and every single side of this building. It has been around for a long time. There is iron fencing around the rooftop. There is construction, it seems like, on one side that has long been abandoned, some scaffolding. There is a wall on the west side that is kind of crumbling, a wooden outhouse out back. There are, in the front of the winery, looks like a loading dock, an open area. There's a big winch and you see a bunch of barrels. There's a veranda out front. And can you all make perception checks?
Oh, wow. Petalwick is pretty wise.
15.
18.
Also an 18.
Wow, Piddlewick is wise.
You got +1.
You see, in front of the winery, there is a figure with a hood over top, dragging a corpse. This corpse you see is a man that has seemingly organic antlers sprouting from his head, and his clothes are tattered rags and soiled garments. The man who's dragging him is hood up to kind of shield himself from the light falling snow. And scattered through the meadow on your way towards the meadow entry, you see dozens and dozens of other corpses. These corpses are not human. They are twig creatures that are made out of twisting bark and twisting wood that are clearly have some sentience, but they are destroyed. And you notice that a lot of them have this gray mold that has kind of sprouted and like a parasite taken over parts of their body. These are what the creatures look like.
Normal. Cool.
Shield Piddlewick's eyes.
Arena says, be careful. Don't get too close to these creatures. They're infected with the mold. This is what I gave to Adrian. It's something that I've created, but it is dangerous to stick nearby.
Wasn't exactly planning on planting my face in there. It's not like it's...
Well,
What?
I assumed that you weren't planting your face, but better safe than sorry. Piddlewick, you can do whatever you want.
Petalwick is trying to get like even higher.
Yeah, Piddlewick, no.
She looks at Piddlewick and she goes, actually, sorry, that was rude of me, Piddlewick, but this mold is specifically tailored towards wood, so you of all people should stay away. I didn't want to make it seem like I wanted you to die. So you are a valued member of the party.
Sal, we can handle. Piddlewick's death would
Sal's
ruin
not
us.
dead.
That was.
Okay.
As you approach the winery, I'm going to take you to a map.
No.
Map.
Check this out.
Whoa!
Oh wow.
Now,
You missed a hell of a fight.
you can see that there are two
There's in the
stories
second
and one
stream.
cellar. The first floor is, you can see the loading dock over here. There is some stables that you could probably leave your horses over this side.
Right next to the dead horse.
I was like, one of them's dead.
There is a dead horse. You can see this person here. As you come closer, a couple of ravens now flying overhead. You assume is probably Adrian, at least.
Wait, why is Arabelle's token out here?
Oh, Matt really thought we were going to take her with us, didn't he?
She is not here.
Oh, okay.
She did not come with you.
She crawls out of Piddlewick's mouth.
Damn it, Piddlewick!
The man in the front on the veranda here puts his hood down, and you see this man. A older man leaning on a gnarled wooden staff. His cloak, there are some patches of raven's feathers on the back. And he kind of looks to you as you approach, and he says, "Adrian, are these the people?" And a raven kind of flies down and lands, and you see Adrian transform back into a naked man.
Yep, I've already prepared.
But this time, he kind of reaches behind the little, like, outhouse that's in the front here, and he pulls up a little sack that's got some, like, pants.
He pulls up a little sack.
He pulls up a little sack and reaches inside and pulls out some pants. He puts the pants on, and he goes, "Ah, my friends, you have made it. This is a beautiful day. This is my father, Davian." And Davian says, "Oh, yeah. Come on in. If you're going to be here, you're going to help us drag these bodies to the cellar." And he starts pulling the forest folk along the outside, not even introducing himself to any of you.
Wonderful.
Adrian says, "I am sorry about my father. He is a ornery old man. Don't think you have to help, but I can give you the tour if you would like."
Sure.
You don't seem that enthused.
I thought we were just going to kind of, be told the information we need to be told and do what we need to do. Oh, now you're not in a rush, Piddlewick. Inconsistent.
Baby, stop. It's okay.
Sorry. Piddlewick, you've been through a lot. I apologize. I hope you...
Adrian...
Piddlewick, come be with me. I think I need your energy. I put out my arms so that Piddlewick can crawl between me and Teddy.
Piddlewick scampers across your arm.
I sit on your arm like a bird. Is what I do.
Adrian looks scornfully at Piddlewick. And you see a few people head outside into the front area. You see a younger man introduces himself as Elvir Martikov, the youngest son of Davian, younger brother to Erwin and Adrian. Elvir. Then you see a woman carrying a young baby, like literally an infant, steps out and introduces herself as Stefania. She's got two young boys, Martin and Vigo, and an older teenager named Claudiu, and she has a husband named Dag. Seems like a family affair here, including these young children. They greet you. They take you inside. Adrian says, "My father will give you the details on Yester Hill, which I believe is where they took the gem. You just stay away from some of this mold. Arena's spores and rotwood was a great help, but got to keep the children away." You can see he kind of takes you through the winery. There is a big fermentation vat room with these big giant vats. One of them has been destroyed, and there's like wine covering the ground. It looks like this place has been pretty thoroughly like picked and ransacked. There is a bunch of wine bottles that are broken and like scattered in a big trash heap out back. Adrian tells you all to not drink any of those. They've been poisoned. There's a staircase. You see Davian is pulling this body down this staircase here into the cellar in the bottom. Adrian tells you he's bringing the bodies down there to get the mold away from everyone. It's not to be a hazard. You're able to put your horses into the stable. Stefania, the woman carrying the small baby, comes up to you, Teddy, and she says, I just want to say that you are welcome to, we have a small preserve of wine and a couple of bottles, but feel free to take some. It is unfortunately just purple grape mash number 3. We have
That's my favorite.
That is such a good thing to hear. Some people think it is the worst, but
I never understood that. I always thought it was great.
Thank you. That's so nice of you. Her husband, Dag, comes up and looks like a normal-ass guy. Dag, normal-ass guy.
Like Dag. Yeah.
He like shakes your hand and kind of introduces himself to all of you. And he takes a second and he says,
This is Piddlewick.
He shakes your hand immediately. This is, what are you, a construct?
We don't know.
He's unique.
He's Piddlewick.
Excellent. Well, it's, just want to say it's, you know, I've been living with the Mardikovs for a while. Of course, my beautiful wife, Stefania, is a Mardikov, but it's nice to see another group of people that aren't also ravens. Just normal people. Just us. We're just normal.
Congratulations, and I kind of gestured to the baby.
Thank you.
Piddlewick will walk. He's holding the baby.
His wife is just cradling it right next to him.
Piddlewick will just like look at the get close to the baby as he can.
I try to, without Piddlewick seeing, look at the woman and like widen my eyes and like shake
Pretty perceptive. Pretty perceptive.
Piddlewick, make a perception check. Gabe, make a deception check.
16.
Or I guess sleight of hand.
Oh man, are you sure it's not deception? Sleight of hand is an 11.
Piddlewick, you see Gabe say that, or like shake his head.
He'll just shoot Gabe a look.
We're kind to babies.
No, see?
No.
That's why I did it!
No. We don't eat them. Well, you really do miss Sal. Huh.
Oh man.
Yeah.
He'll crawl back up.
He would have loved it. He would have loved that.
Stefania looks at all of you and goes, well, I'm going to excuse myself.
Yeah, yep.
Yes. That's lovely to meet you.
That makes sense.
You see Davian come upstairs and he looks at all of you and he goes, all right, let's go inside. I guess I gotta talk to you.
If you want our help.
He like grumbles and like pushes his way past you and goes inside and motions for you to follow him.
Good.
Petra says, oh, I'm tired.
I know, you've been going through it, huh?
That only has a few buttons on the Petra soundboard.
Yeah. Davian takes you inside and takes you upstairs into this room up on the top floor, which you can tell is a printing press of sorts. They're clearly using this area to like print labels for their wine bottles. The ink is clearly made of wine or grape juice itself. And there's a bunch of labels. There's this big, weird, clunky machine in the side that is currently turned off. But there are there's a table and a few chairs, and he sits down at the table. motions for you all to come in the room.
Sit down.
Dag comes in and hands you, Teddy, a bottle of wine.
Oh, thank you.
He says, "Feel free."
I'm
Not
not
yet.
asking Teddy. I'm asking this guy for another bottle.
He says, he looks around.
Maybe one of the red. He can have one of the ones that, you know.
Oh, really? Are you sure? I don't.
He won't be able to. He's already actually had one of those recently.
Okay, he hands you a bottle. This bottle has this beautiful, like ornate label that's like, like calligraphy, and it says on the side, "Champagne de la Stomp." And he says, "Unfortunately, this was our most expensive, best tasting wine, but it is now.
Oh, wait, there he goes. It's already down the hatch.
It is poisoned."
He won't be able. He doesn't have any sort of.
He can't really be
I'll
poisoned.
throw the empty bottle over his shoulder.
Davian says, "What a shame it is to see such a beautiful wine wasted on what? A wooden toy?
We're all sitting right in front
Dark.
of you.
What do you mean? I'm speaking in a normal voice!"
He's not a toy. He's Piddlewick.
He's been a bit.
That's
Whatever.
actually that's his catchphrase on the box.
And I pull out a grenade. I'm Peddlewick.
That explodes.
Get this thing out of here!
No.
You guys see the grenade, like, down the shape of the grenade go down his throat.
Cartoon like a Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
We're here
Wow.
to help you, and we want to help you because we feel like helping you will somehow put a wrench into Strahd's plan. So how can we help?
First things first, the only reason that I'm helping you is because of your friend here. And he points to Arena. She helped us get rid of the twig blights.
Sure.
Totally fair.
Cool, you understand that? I do not like you.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, I hate you.
Sure.
Okay. Well, you don't have to go that far, but
Okay.
Couldn't give a damn.
He looks to you, Gabe. All right. Our winery has been thieved. People have taken from us. We just aim to provide wine to this valley, and these miscreants, these creatures have taken from us. If he's spitting all over you. If you help me find at least one of these gems, I will consult myself, and I perhaps will cease to hate you.
Insult yourself.
Do you have any idea why Strahd would want one of these gems?
Well, it beats me, but I know why these damn forest folk want them. Them and their goddamn ritual with Winter Splinter.
Ritual of Winter Splinter?
All of you make a history check.
Even Peddlewick?
10.
Yeah, Piddlewick.
That's intelligence, right?
Yeah.
10.
17.
Just the smartest game.
And as wise.
Teddy, his Winter Splinter, which the Winter Splinter doesn't mean anything to you, at least not the name, but you got a good look at these like forest folk, these creatures, and they're like clearly some sort of like druidic people, and he's talking about a ritual, and you get the feeling that these forest folk are trying to use this wine gem to bring life to some sort of druidic creature of some sort. Clearly this wine gem brings life to otherwise dormant land and soil, so you get the feeling, judging by the twig blights, that Winter Splinter is also some sort of creature of that vein.
With one of these gems, Eventually, Strahd could bring something to life that definitely be.
I think our first priority is to find these blights and get the gem back.
Agreed.
Cut and dry.
So,
How far away is that? Would we need to be staying here for the night, or immediately get back on the road? What's going on
Are we
there?
gonna get 2 long rests in one session?
no, there's no way.
says-
We gotta be close.
He says, "You cannot stay here.
Okay.
I strictly forbid it."
Okay.
Bro, 15 feet ahead of you.
All right, listen, all of you. He grabs you by like the lapel, Gabe. Listen to me. Now, look outside this window. And he points out the window.
Okay.
He like drags you over there. And you see, this winery sits in a kind of open meadow, but and there are patches of forest around, but the larger forest is far away. But you can see 10, 20, 30, 50, 100, 150 of these twig blights sitting right at the edge of the forest, not coming closer, just standing there. You can see their eyes, the yellows of their eyes, like cats, almost just waiting. And he says, "These creatures have been here for the day. They don't come closer. They must be scared of the mold. Now, listen, it's going to be somewhat treacherous to get to Yester Hill. It is close by. It is a place of evil. You hear me?" He grabs Teddy. "It's evil."
I heard you. Kind of hard not to.
He grabs Petra, who yawns.
Petalwick is like leaning his lapel forward to be grabbed. He just wants to be part of the group. Everybody else is getting grabbed.
He slaps you, Petalwick. "It's evil!"
I shoot him with a dart.
Roll
As
the
you
attack.
should.
If you're gonna slap me, I'm gonna shoot you with a dart.
As you should.
+4 to hit. That's a 21.
Okay, roll damage.
It's 1d4. 4 points of damage.
He
Dead.
slaps you and he's spitting all over you guys, and the dart hits him in the neck, and he goes, and he crumples to the ground.
Oh! Okay. Okay, Piddlewick! Gabe.
God damn it, Petalwick! I've been down. I take out the I
Petalwick is like bouncing around the room.
I
Did you just lay on hands?
Yeah. I take out the dart and I give him 2 points of lay on hands.
He comes to and he goes, "They're evil! Mr. Hill is evil!"
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes. And I look at Petalwick
Yes.
and I yes, evil.
Very.
You got a little excited there.
We're so taken aback that I think we need to just get out of here. Get out
Yes.
of your hair.
Leave. We have small children here, and you should leave.
What direction is the hill?
South. You must have seen the trail coming when you came here.
Okay, perfect. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Good-
And never come
goodbye.
back again unless you have saved us.
You know what?
No, Gabe, honey.
No, I need you to say
No,
that.
sweetheart.
Right.
But another, if you another dart.
Teddy
like,
literally
started
has to drag Gabe out of that room.
If you stop yelling at him, you'll see me naked later. Come on.
Well, I'd like to see you naked.
Yes.
Petalwick minds throwing up.
As you leave the printing press, you hear Davian going, "Gosh dang, people come into my place and try to help us." Adrian is out there and he goes, "Hey guys, I'm sorry about my father. I heard him yelling. Everything okay in there?"
I put 2 hands on Adrian's shoulders. Those hands slowly go to either side of his face. And I say, "I'm so sorry. So sorry. You deserve
I don't know what you're referring to. Oh, okay. Well,
Your dad is pretty abrasive.
you get used to him. He's pretty nice. Well, he's not nice. He's never been nice to me in my life. God, I wish my father loved me.
Wow.
And he takes you down the hallway. You pass by a room that's clearly some bedroom. You see Stefani and Dag in there, and the small child and two little 6 and 5-year-old boys. They're like playing.
Matt, can I roll just a general insight check on this place to just make sure we're not being swindled, we're not missing anything, just like...
Yep.
And why is it Stefani and not Stephanie? Can I roll for that?
Damn
Yes,
it!
Piddlewick, roll an insight as well.
Because Matt's a huge No Doubt fan.
I rolled I think a 7. Yeah,
Okay.
7. Damn.
I mean, other than the abrasiveness of the father, they're clearly running this winery and are seeking to have it restored.
Okay.
What'd you get, Piddlewick?
10.
You realized that these people here have a strong distrust of you, just inherently. But unfortunately, you can't verbalize that, but you just know it.
I just sigh wistfully. Remember sleeping in beds? Remember when that was a thing? Isn't that nice, having a bed?
Yes. Remember the sun?
Piddlewick looks confused.
I'll show you
Hot
what it is.
bath. I really miss a
Oh, a
hot
hot
bath.
bath would be...
Adrian takes you downstairs and opens the front door. And as he opens the front door, you see standing there, probably a surprise to you, disheveled, tired, clearly weary, is Sal.
Sal?
What the hell are you guys doing here?
What are you doing here? Go and hug
I
him.
hug him.
Go and hug him.
I hug
Hey,
him.
whoa, hey now.
You can see Sal's horns have been joined by a flicking devilish tail on his back.
Whoa.
Flicks absent-mindedly behind him.
Sam, what are you doing here? What happened?
I gave him the slip.
You have a tail.
You'll be surprised with this book, what's in this book, and he'll hold up his spell.
Matt, you know what I'm doing.
You have a tail.
Yeah, inside
What?
check, I assume.
That's a 19 on the die for a total of 22.
You look to Sal, you see Sal's flicking tail, you see carrying the book that he's always carried. Piddlewick runs over and gives him a hug.
My boy.
You see perched on his shoulder is the hawk Linguini, and Sal seems tired and clearly exhausted and has seemingly been through a lot. Linguini sitting on his shoulder. Linguini tilts its head, looks at you with its beady eyes, and you know something's not right with Linguini. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
No!
Hey.
But Sal seems like Sal? Man,
It's good to be back, boys.
Nice. Thank you guys for playing.
Thank you, Matt, for letting us go to sleep.
Yeah, no.
It was a little bit more of a chill episode.
You
I
guys
think you guys
slept?
have deserved it.
We
God
did.
damn it.
And-
I slept on top of Gabe like he was a giant pillow. It was great.
Yeah. It was like I had a weighted blanket.
Great job as Piddlewick, Eric.
That was amazing.
fun.
Fantastic job as Piddlewick. Okay, so real quick, Matt, because we made it through the encounter of Damian Mardukov without fighting him, we now are level 8, right?
We did fight him, though.
Okay, so
I shot him in the dart with a neck. I shot him
Okay,
in the dart with the neck.
let me look
Shot him
up.
in the neck with the dart.
Let me look up how many experience points that he has, because you need 1 to grow level. 0.5.
That's okay.
Oh, okay. So
Damn.
close. So close.
So close. Next time, maybe you'll get the extra experience and you'll grow to
Fair.
level 8. But
Maybe we'll
Fair,
get
fair,
Petra,
fair.
maybe we'll get Petra some coffee.
Yeah.
yes,
Yes.
yes. Petra's just got bags under her eyes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you all for playing. Thank you for watching.
Mwah.
What a pleasure. And like always, prayers up.
Prayers up.
Thumbs up.
Hers up.